Hi, I'm Danielle Bassoni with Vegging Out and About, and I'm author of the book Time for Change, Whole Foods for Whole Health. This video today is the second part of a series preparing summer rolls and preparing sushi rolls. And I'm doing this for Wale and Wale's children, Rain, Aziza, and Chi. And Aziza, unfortunately, I mispronounced her name in the last video, and so Aziza, for you, this segment is entirely for you. And I hope you will accept my sincere apologies for that egregious error. Okay, so today we're going to be making summer rolls. I've got the ingredients chopped up. I want to talk a little bit about some of the products we'll be using. These are rice paper rolls. This one is from Korea, and this has a rose on it. This is my least favorite product. If this is all you can find, by all means use it. You'll waste probably a third of them because you'll find them broken or they'll crack as you're cooking and tear. I do not care for this product at all, but in a pinch I'll use it. This is the product I prefer. This is called the Three Ladies brand. This comes from Vietnam, and you will almost always have good results with this product. And it comes in different sizes. This is a square. You can do your rolls square or round. This is the small round size. We'll be doing one of each, I think. And this is the large one. This larger size I like to use for doing a really hearty roll that is actually going to be lunch. And we'll do this one first. This one is, you can see that they're translucent. This is a wonderful product. So, and this is another product, and I have not used this one yet, and I'm sending this to Wale's family as a gift, so I don't want to open it. But it looks very much the same, and I'm hoping it'll work out just as well. I can't find the Three Ladies brand locally. I have to drive to Knoxville to get that. So this is, hopefully this will work just as well. Another thing I want to talk about are the ingredients that we're putting in the rolls. One is, this is another product. This is called bean vermicelli, and it's made from 100% mung beans. And I'm not going to show you how to cook them. The recipe is on the back. It's very simple. You take these and you soak them in hot water. You soak them for 7 minutes I used warm water, and I also put them in a bowl within a bowl, so that I put the water and the bean threads in one bowl, and then I set one on top of it to submerge it and make sure it all got wet. And so you soak them for 7 minutes, and while they're soaking, you put a pot of water under boil, and after the 7 minutes, you drain it, put it into the boiling water for 3 minutes, drain it, and you're done. I also rinsed it with cool water when it was done. These are very easy to make, and every package will have a slightly different recipe or cooking instructions on the back. So just go with the cooking instructions on the back of the one you like. You can also use rice thread, little rice sticks, and they're made in much the same way. Follow the instructions on the back of the package. I prefer not to use the rice sticks for this particular recipe because we're using rice paper. I just like to mix it up and use something else. So for the inside of the rolls, you can use whatever you want. I like to use cucumbers, daikon, which is a very mild radish, and it's really wonderful and crunchy to put in summer rolls and in sushi rolls. We're doing vegan sushi rolls, so we're not going to be using shrimp or fish or any other kind of product like that. And this is what a daikon looks like raw. This is a part of a daikon. It will have big leaves on the end of it, similar to carrots. You can cut them in slices like this, just like I did the carrots, or you can julienne them like this. And I have this wonderful little julienne contraption here, and it works very well. And you can find these anywhere. You can see how easily that shreds these so that they're easy to use. And you can do the same thing with cucumber. And so I have 2 cucumber already sliced. I'm just going to set this aside. Another thing you can do is you can use, this is a pickled cucumber and carrot mixture that I made. It's a sweet pickle. And this is quite nice in these rolls. It's very crunchy and it's quite nice. So I have that as well. These are broccoli sprouts, which are very nutritious and give it another little texture. These are mung bean sprouts. I bought these to put in this recipe, and when I got them home, they were very slimy and kind of nasty, so I'm not going to use them. I do not wish to poison myself with bad bean sprouts, so we won't be using bean sprouts today. I also like to use sweet potato wedges. I cook these in the microwave and then just cut them into pieces. We have avocado, and an important ingredient is basil. I usually use Thai basil, but Thai basil is quite out of season and it's hard to find right now. In the summertime I grow tons of it, so I always have it on hand, but I don't have it now, so I'm using regular basil. And you can find regular basil, even though this is Italian basil. Even though it's out of season, it's always in your local supermarket. Okay, so now we're getting down to the actual business of rolling these things. This pot is slightly warm. I can put my finger in it and it's not going to scald me, but it's not boiling either. And we're going to take this summer roll wrapper and we're going to dip it in water. This probably has 1 inch of water. This is a very big pan and I used 5 cups of water. So we just want to get it wet and take it out right away. And then we're going to lay it on a flat surface. And this is a nice trick for making egg roll. I don't know why I said egg roll. That's the last thing we want. Summer roll wrappers. Let's pinch off the little ends of it so that it doesn't tear the paper. But place this, you see it's got a nice end, place it with the nice end down. And then we can add some of these lovely broccoli sprouts. And you can put whatever in the world you want in this. I mean, this is your creation. Make it however you like it. I like to put sweet potato in it because I like for it to be quite substantial. And we'll put a carrot, we'll put a piece of cucumber in it for crunch. And we'll put some avocado in there because avocado is just so yummy in this stuff. And I think we're going to add some of this mixed daikon because it's so nice too and it has a wonderful flavor. And finally, we are going to put some of these bean threads. And they're a little hard to pull apart. Just pull them apart and break them if you have to. It doesn't matter. This may be it is too much. Now this makes a big, substantial roll. So then we take one end and we cover it up and we tuck everything under tightly. And we give it a little bit of a roll. Then take the end of it, turn it over it. Keep it tucked in and roll. And there you have it. And see, that way your little leaves show up on the outside and it's very decorative. We can take this now and put it on a plate. And serve it with some of the dipping sauce that we made earlier. So how hard was that? We're going to do another one with a smaller summer roll wrapper and with a square summer roll wrapper, and then you'll have a better idea of how to use those. Okay, so let's try one of the smaller ones. I'm going to take a round one, and I'm going to take a square one. I really love this brand, and I know that you're in New York, so I feel pretty confident that in the city you're going to be able to find this brand, this Three Ladies brand. And I always either put these in Ziploc bags, or I take some freezer tape and just seal the bags when I'm done. These things will last forever. Okay, we'll do a square one now. I'm going to try this one this way. Frankly, it's been a long time since I've used a square one, so I can't really remember how I did it. But you just play around with these things and it'll all work out for you. And of course we're using smaller leaves on these smaller wrappers. And we're going to use much less ingredients. I think we'll use a little carrot in this one. You don't want it too long because you don't want it to, and we'll use a little daikon. You don't want it to pierce your wrapper. This daikon is so nice. It's got such a nice, mild, radishy flavor. It's a little bit much, so I'm going to cut this down a little bit. And I think I'm going to use a little bit of cucumber in this as well. By the way, these bean threads, once you've cooked them, you can put them in a bag and keep them in a baggie and keep them in your refrigerator for several days. So we cover that. We didn't get all of that in there. Give it a little bit of a turn. Bring it over. So I cut. If you saw how I laid that down, it was in a diamond-shaped pattern, and that seems to work best for the square ones. So there you have it, a nice little summer roll. And now I'm going to do a small round one. So you should be getting the picture by now, kids. And this water is just beginning to cool off a little bit more than I like it, but not before we'll be able to get this finished. I think I'm going to put 3 in this one. When you have carrots and avocado and daikon sitting on the side, you want to keep it immersed in water so that they don't turn brown. If you use water that's too hot, this stuff will disintegrate very quickly. So you want the water to be kind of just hot enough to where it's not burning your hands. I'm not doing such a great job on this one, but you get the picture. Okay. So there you have it. How hard is this? Okay, Rain, Aziza, and Chi. I'm going to do one more set of summer rolls because I wanted to show you how to make this a little bit more healthy. We're going to dip this in the water the way I showed you before, and we're going to do big ones here. So you don't leave it in the water very long. We're going to set this on our table, and this one we're not going to put rice noodles or bean threads, because even though they are made from rice and they're made from beans, they're highly processed. So if you want to make it more healthy and from whole foods, which is always what I recommend, we'll only use the rice paper, and that's just to hold everything together. And we are going to use lettuce, which will give us a lot of crunch. This is romaine lettuce that I've just cut into little strips. I'm going to use some carrots and daikon that I have shredded, and I just used my Cuisinart to shred a whole bunch of it because I'm making some daikon pickles too, so I needed a bunch. And so I took some of those that do not have the pickling in it. And I've got some, you can also put spinach. Little spinach never hurt anybody. And we'll put some cucumber. These are just little thin strips of cucumber I cut. Okay, so we'll take it from the end like we did before, and we're going to cover it up, and we're going to try to pull everything towards us and tuck it in real tight and turn it. Then we'll take this end and we'll do the same thing. We tuck it in real tight, fold it over, fold this one over as well. Tucking it in still, we're just going to turn, and there you have it with the leaves on the outside. Okay, let's do another one. I'm going to set this one aside. Now, you can refrigerate these for about an hour before you use them, but I have to warn you, you don't want them, this one has some sort of little thing on it. Okay, I have to warn you that if you refrigerate them, don't let them touch each other, because they'll stick together and tear when you go to use them. This one has a slight little tear at the top, so I'm going to put it at the top where it won't hurt anything. Okay, here we go. We're going to take the lettuce. Uh-oh, I forgot to put the basil in there. The basil leaves goes with the nice side down. I think I'll put 3 on this one. And then we put the lettuce. This is some extra basil leaf, and it tastes so good with basil that I just throw in extra leaves if I have them. I'm going to use all of this lettuce that I have. We'll put some spinach on here. This gives it a lot of phytonutrients, and it tastes really, really good. Throw a couple of more little basil leaves in there that I had left over. We'll put the carrot and daikon. And we'll put cucumber. Okay, now we'll take this. This has got a little tear in it, but that's not a bother. We'll rip it. We'll fold it over. Now the other brands I've discovered, if there is a tear in them, it really is a bother. So you want to try to get them that don't have tears in them if you can. I'm going to fold this one over. We'll fold this one over. You have to hold it down. It all sticks to each other. And then tuck it and roll. And there you have it. So we have 2 nice egg rolls. I don't know why I call them egg rolls. 2 nice summer rolls. There are no eggs in this. So the next thing, we'll be cooking sushi rice, and then later we'll be doing the rice. We'll be rolling the sushi and making the sushi rolls. Okay, there you have it. We'll see you in the next segment.